Alright, with the NBA season is back, so 33 days left in the start of the regular season. So that means we're gonna make it the predictions of the 2023-2024 NBA season standings predictions as well the playoffs. And this is my video of the NBA playoff video. This is the fourth time before to get 2024 playoffs soon. So in-season tournament will be tomorrow, and we're gonna be doing the season predictions first. So let's get starting off in the Northwest. We got the Utah Jazz, the fifth place. Did not make it to the playoffs last season without Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, who they traded or signed. So I'm gonna take the Utah Jazz, the fifth place, 30-52. The fourth place, which is the Portland Trail Blazers, they missed the playoffs for the second consecutive year because of the CJ McCollum traded to Pelicans and Damian Lillard looking at trade requests for the new team. So I'm gonna go the Trailblazers 38-44. Third place, which is the Minnesota Timberwolves, which is the Anthony Edwards made into the playoffs last season. They made it twice. So the Timberwolves are the 8th seed. They lose to Denver Nuggets in the first round. So I'm gonna take Anthony Edwards. That's third place, 41-41. Second place, OKC Thunder. They almost missed the playoffs last season. They lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the play-in tournament. I'm going to take Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, and the OKC Thunder will make the playoffs 45-37. And finally, the number first place, the defending NBA champ Denver Nuggets, led by Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, gets the second season after a torn ACL career injury in 2020-21 season and then did not play 2021-22 season. Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, he gets his first ring last season beating Miami Heat. So I'm going to take the 58-24. Here's my Northwest Division standings. Record is the Utah Jazz 30-52. Trailblazers the fourth 38-44. The third is Timberwolves 41-41. OKC second 45-37. Nuggets 58-24 the first. So move on to the Pacific Division. Now it's time to the Pacific Division. Fifth place, which is the LA Clippers. Last season they made the playoffs in 2023 before fell the Suns into 5 games. So they're gonna take it because the Clippers bad team the last time. The LA and Clippers, Lakers and Lakers Clippers made the playoffs same season as for the share arena for Crypto.com. And yes, LA Clippers there would be the final year of Crypto.com arena before moving to a Clippers new arena known as Intuit Dome. I can't wait to see Intuit Dome for the LA Clippers. They will be not able to share stadium. So I'm gonna take the Clippers 37-45. Fourth place Sacramento Kings. They made the playoffs last season as the ending drought of the 17-year franchise's drought is over, including the 2013-14. I thought the Sacramento Kings leave the NBA, moved to Seattle but failed, will be stay extended for the Kings franchise. It was the Kings made the playoffs the third seed before they lose the sixth seed Golden State Warriors. The Sacramento Kings, their name was a chant called Light the Beam. The Beam Team is the name of the Montes Sabonis, Buddy Hero, Harrison Barnes, and the Aaron Fox. So I'm going to take the Sacramento Kings 43-39. Third place is the Los Angeles Lakers. They made last season playoffs. They made it finish the 7th seed. They upset Memphis and upset Golden State led by the GOAT, aka the King, LeBron James, top point scorer in the lead over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And then the Anthony Davis AD as the third place Lakers. I'm going to take LeBron James 47-35. Second place Golden State Warriors. They made the playoffs once again. Chase Center will be I believe was for fifth season. This is the celebrate of fifth season of the Chase Center. I'm gonna take Warriors finish off 15-32. He made in the Western Conference semifinals before the losing the LA Lakers or arch rival Stephen Curry versus LeBron James. And finally, the first place Phoenix Suns. Last season, Phoenix Suns have 55. Suns made the playoffs the 4th seed. The first round beat Clippers, and then they lose to the Nuggets in the second round. So I'm going to take Chris I'm gonna take Kevin Durant and Devin Booker in the Phoenix Suns. Yes, there's no Chris Paul in the Suns lineup because of the sign with the San Francisco, the Golden State Warriors, like Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Chris Paul. So I'm gonna take the Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns for taking this. That's 55-27. Now, here's my Pacific Division standings. Final records: Clippers to fifth place, 37-45. Kings to fourth place, 43-39. Lakers to third place, 47-35. Warriors to second place, 15-32. Suns finished the record of 55-27. So time to move on to the Southwest Division. So here's the Southwest Division. The fifth place starting things off. They were the Houston Rockets. The Rockets did not make the playoffs for the third time. So they missed the playoffs for the third time because James Harden was acquired. Trade Nets or Sixers. So I'm going to take the Rockets mid-reverse team. We're going to take 24-58. Fourth place was the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson missed the playoffs. Last season, they lose the OKC Thunder to play in tournament. I'm going to take the Pelicans 39-43 when Williamson and CJ McCollum will not make it to the playoffs for the second time. The San Antonio Spurs are third place as the thank you for the number one pick, French Victor Wembanyama. As Victor Wembanyama, he will get the number one pick when they go to the playoffs. So I'm going to take Victor Wembanyama in the third place San Antonio Spurs. 41-41 is the Beast or Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama, funny, it was Wembanyama. Second place Memphis Grizzlies. I don't think Ja Morant was suspended for showing the gun again. Yeah, showing the gun right there. I'm gonna take the Ja Morant who will be taking second place. The Memphis Grizzlies 42-40. They made it to playoffs last season. They lose to LA Lakers in the first round. And then in the first place, my favorite team, Dallas Mavericks. Because of my favorite team, Dallas Mavericks, Luka and Kyrie Irving, because of the last season they missed the playoffs. I'm so sad for the Mavericks because they missed the playoffs last season as the collapse day since Kyrie Irving acquired a trade to Spencer Dinwiddie. So I'm gonna take Luka and Kyrie who are back in the playoffs 53-29 in the record of the Dallas Mavericks. Here's my final Southwest standings. First, fifth place Rockets 24-58. Fourth place Pelicans 39-43. Third place Spurs 41-41. Second place Grizzlies 42-40. And the first place Dallas Mavericks 53-29. So move on to the Eastern Conference. So Eastern Conference starting things off in the first place, Toronto Raptors. They miss the playoffs in the play-in tournament because they lose to Chicago Bulls in the play-in tournament first stage. I'm thinking we'll go. The Raptors will go over the fifth place, 36-46. The fourth place Brooklyn Nets. Last season he made the playoffs. I believe it will be. Yeah, for the fourth time they make the playoffs back in 2019. I believe it was for the fifth time. It was the Nets make the playoffs. Last time Nets missed the playoffs was 2018. Since because of the super team failed, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden, so we're gonna take Brooklyn Nets will be a 40-42. Third place New York Knicks. Last season New York Knicks make the playoffs as the fifth seed, led by Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. So I'm gonna take Jalen Brunson. And then in your next 49-33 will make the playoffs. Second place Philadelphia 76ers. I'm gonna take Joel Embiid in the Sixers. We're gonna take 56-26. Will make the playoffs. Joel Embiid and James Harden right there. Joel Embiid is the defending MVP. He won the MVP for the Sixers. And then finally, the first place Boston Celtics. Last season he missed. Yeah, Sixers made it to the Eastern Conference semifinals. Then I believe the semifinals, and then the Sixers made the Eastern Conference semifinals in the first place. Celtics last season he made it to the Eastern Conference Finals and they attempted the back in the finals but failed against the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals for the comeback. So here's my Atlantic Division's final standings. First place Celtics. Fifth place Raptors 36-46. Fourth place Nets 40 to 42. Third place Knicks 49 to 33. Sixers 56 to 26. Second place for Sixers. And the first place Boston Suns 62 to 19. On the Central Division, the first place for Detroit Pistons, Cade Cunningham will make it the second year of the row. It will be number one pick for Cade Cunningham. So will not make it to the playoffs. I believe third place. This is our third year. Cade Cunningham will make it to the playoffs. They're not sure. The last time Detroit Pistons make the playoffs it was 2019. So I'm gonna take the fifth place with Detroit with worst record 29 to 63. Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls. Fourth place. Chicago Bulls did not miss the playoffs. They lose to Miami Heat in the second stage. I'm gonna wrap everything. I'm gonna take Zach LaVine and Chicago Bulls who will not make the playoffs again. So 35 to 47. Third place, Indiana Pacers. I believe Indiana Pacers will make the playoffs. We don't think the last time the Pacers made the playoffs it was 2020. I'm gonna take the Tyrese Hamilton and the Indiana Pacers will make it to the play-in. So we're gonna go 41 to 41. Cavaliers to second place. I'm gonna take Donovan Mitchell 40 to 34. Last season he made the playoffs before they lose to Jalen Brunson in the first round against the New York Knicks in 5 games. And then finally, Milwaukee Bucks the first place. Last season he made the playoffs the top seed before they losing the arch rival Miami Heat by upset number 8 seed. Something doesn't matter. We're going to take Giannis Antetokounmpo 57-25. And then finally in the East, Washington Wizards the 5th place. Paul Jr. will not gonna make sure the playoffs for the Washington Wizards. I'm gonna take 33 to 49 for the Wizards. 4th place for Orlando Magic. Paolo Banchero will make his second year in a row. By Paolo Banchero, I'm gonna take 40 to 42 to 4th place for Orlando. 3rd place for LaMelo Ball for Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo Ball will not miss the playoffs the last time. Charlotte Hornets still lead the option since it was 2016. 7 years they lose to Miami Heat in the first round in 2016 playoffs. I'm thinking the Charlotte Hornets will be the 3rd place, 42 to 40. Second place is the Atlanta Hawks. They have 43 to 39. The last season Hawks missed making the playoffs in the 7th seed before they lose to Boston. Some they take 43 to 39, and finally Miami Heat in the first place. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals before losing to Denver Nuggets. He's a Cinderella story, the 8th seed. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. So I'm going to take the 56 to 26. Central and Southeast my final standings. Pistons 29 to 53, Bulls 35 to 47, Pacers 41 to 41, Cavaliers 40 to 34, Bucks 57 to 25, and then in the Southeast, Wizards 33 to 49, Magic 40 to 42, Hornets 42 to 40, Hawks 43 to 39, and the Heat 56 to 26. And then my final standings in the West. Eliminated teams: Rockets 15, Jazz 14, Clippers 13, Trailblazers 12, and Pelicans 11. The play-in tournament: 10th place Timberwolves, 9th place Spurs, 8th place Memphis, 7th place Sacramento. And in the playoffs, made it the playoffs: 6th place Thunder, 5th place Lakers, 4th place Warriors, 3rd place Mavericks, 2nd place Suns, and the first place Nuggets. And the Eastern Conference teams: 5th missed the playoffs, eliminated. 15 Pistons, 14 Wizards, 13 Bulls, 12 Raptors, 11 Nets, and then play-in: 10 place Magic, 9 place Pacers, 8 place Hornets, 7 place Hawks, 6 place Habs, 5th place Knicks, 4th place Sixers, 3rd place Heat, 2nd place Bucks, 1st place. So Heat and Sixers are tiebreaker 56 to 26. So Magic Nets are tiebreaker also 40 to 42. And finally, Spurs Timberwolves are 41 to 41. So now it's time to make it to the playoffs. Alright, so the playoff matchup: Spurs Timberwolves playing tournament matchup between teams, 3 teams. In the East, we have Pacers versus Magic and Hawks Hornets. My first matchup in the Western Conference play-in tournament: And we're not gonna put in colors like that. I'm gonna take a copy and paste right there.
We're going to overtime. He does make it.
Alright, so the teams like that. Alright, so there's a Western Conference playing tournament. Spurs to Timberwolves. I'm gonna take Victor Wembanyama. The Spurs will defeat over the Timberwolves in the first playing tournament stage. Second matchup, Kings versus Grizzlies. I'm gonna take the Ja Morant will defeat over Lake the Bean team. They're gonna go. The Grizzlies will win over the Kings. Grizzlies will go to the playing tournament. We're going to playoffs.
Smart. Trying to poke it free. Curry lays it in.
I'm gonna take the number 7 spot for Memphis. In the East, Pacers and Magic. I think I'm gonna take the Pacers will win over the Magic in the playoffs. Hawks and Hornets. I'm gonna take Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks will win in the playing tournament again for the third time over LaMelo Ball and Charlotte. And now for the final playing spot, I'm gonna take the Spurs Kings. I'm gonna upset for San Antonio fans. I'm gonna take Victor Wembanyama will beat the Sacramento Kings. And then the Charlotte Hornets will take on Indiana Pacers. I'm gonna take LaMelo Ball will move on to the playoffs. Will defeat Tyrese Haliburton and Indiana Pacers. Alright, so the NBA playoffs matchups are set. We got Nuggets versus Spurs, Warriors versus Lakers, Mavericks versus Thunder, Suns versus Grizzlies in the East, Celtics versus Hornets, Sixers versus Knicks, Heat versus Cavs, and Bucks versus Hawks. Now what's in the conference quarterfinals? In the quarterfinals, I'm going to take the Nuggets will defeat over the Spurs. Victor Wembanyama will beat them. The Wolves will fight against Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Warriors Lakers, I'm going to take Stephen Curry revenge over LeBron and AD. And the Golden State Warriors, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Chris Paul will defeat LeBron and AD and the Lakers. Third 3-6 matchup, Dallas take on Oklahoma City. I'm gonna take Luka and Kyrie Irving. The Dallas Mavericks will defeat over OKC. Suns, Grizzlies, Ja Morant take on Kevin Durant. I'm gonna take Kevin Durant to defeat the Suns over Grizzlies in the series. Nuggets in 5, Warriors in 7, Mavericks in 6, and Suns in 7. So we're gonna take the series ended. Celtics versus Hornets. So we got LaMelo Ball versus Jason Tatum. I'm gonna take the sweep for the Jason Tatum for the Boston Celtics will win over Charlotte. Sixers versus Knicks. Joel Embiid, James Harden versus Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. So I'm gonna take in 6 games for Philadelphia 76ers will defeat the New York Knicks in the arch rival division. Miami, Cleveland, Dalaban take on Jimmy Butler. I'm gonna think Jimmy Butler will Miami Heat will defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers. 2-7 matchup, Trae Young versus Giannis Antetokounmpo in the rematch in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. I'm gonna take Giannis Antetokounmpo will defeat Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks in 6. Heat also in 6 games. In the conference semifinals matchup, we have Nuggets Warriors, Mavericks Suns, Celtics Sixers, and Heat Bucks. In the Western Conference semifinals, Nuggets Warriors rematch of the Western Conference quarterfinals. Warriors will end up beating Nuggets 5. So I'm going to take the Warriors again. Will beat Denver in the defending champs. Now we'll move on to the Western Conference Finals in 6. Mavericks Suns. Mavericks Suns. Rivalry continues. like Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving versus Kevin Durant take on Devin Booker, like in the version 2005, like Dirk Nowitzki versus Steve Nash, and this is Dirk Nowitzki Steve Nash version. And then I'm gonna take the Mavericks who will win in 7 games. That's they made it in 2022 Western Conference semifinals. And I'm gonna take the Luka Doncic take down the Suns again in 7. And it was a blowout cheese. Blowout me and Chris Paul saying cutting the lead. Celtics versus Sixers. This rematch of the rivalry Eastern Conference semifinals. So I'm gonna take there the Boston Celtics in 6 games or defeat the Philadelphia 76ers in 6. Heat Bucks rematch of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. It was the Heat upsetting the Bucks in the first round in overtime, and they take revenge from Giannis Antetokounmpo from Milwaukee. Will win in game number 6 in 6 games. Oops. Oops. I'm going to cut right there. Alright, here we are. Oops. Here we go. This is my final 4 in the conference finals. So you got Warriors versus Mavericks, Celtics versus Bucks. In my first of the Western Conference Finals, I'm going to take my favorite team, Luka Doncic. In the Dallas Mavericks, will move on to the NBA Finals. We'll take down Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Chris Paul, and the Golden State Warriors. And then the Celtics Bucks, I'm gonna take Giannis Antetokounmpo will defeat the Boston Celtics over Jason Tatum in 7. So Mavericks, I'm taking 6 games right there. And the NBA Finals, Mavericks and Warriors, they made the 2022 Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving versus Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I'm gonna take Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and the Dallas Mavericks will win in 7 in the NBA Finals. And this is my 2024 predictions. Hope you guys join this video. And this next video, we're gonna make upload of the 2023 in-season tournament predictions tomorrow. Sign out and peace out. Bye.